Welcome to the Artist Academy podcast, the audio version of our Facebook Live series, Art Talk Tuesday. I'm your host, Andrea Earhart, and I am so excited that you're here to catch the weekly replay of my laid-back yet very inspiring conversations with other full-time professional artists. The purpose of this series is to show aspiring artists like you that it is completely possible to make a great career out of this art thing. And if you ever want to join us live and have your questions answered in real time by myself or featured guests, then just hop over to facebook.com/groups/Artist Academy every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll see you there. This episode is sponsored by the Artist Academy Advanced Membership, a program for artists who want to up-level their art game by taking it from a hobby or a side hustle to a full-time art business. I've been a professional artist for over 5 years with paintings in several different countries and a client list that includes high-profile companies such as Bass Pro, O'Reilly's, Duck Commander, and many, many more. So I figured out what it takes to build an art business, and now my heart is set on teaching aspiring artists like you to do the same. Go to advancedmember.com, that's advancedmember.com to learn more. Hello, Artist Academy members, advanced members, aspiring artists, all of you lovely people out there. It is currently the week right before I cut off the deadline for the advanced group, September 1st. It is currently, we have like days before I cut it off and we don't accept any more members, and I really focus on you guys and my own art business as well, and we just make the most out of this upcoming fourth quarter. My goal is to make this the most profitable one yet, not just for myself like I did last year. Now I'm going to be sharing it with you guys and showing you exactly what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, my goals, your goals, we're setting it up, everything. So if you're not in it yet, advancedmember.com, you can go sign up for it, get in there. I'm not accepting more. I say 60, but I'm like, if there's like maybe like 62 people, I'll be like, okay, I'll accept 62, but I'm not accepting like 70 or 80 or 100. It's not happening because I just don't think I can handle that. And just it being the fourth quarter, it's going to be super busy for myself as well. Last year was crazy busy, and so I want this year to be crazy busy for you guys as well, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Anyway, this podcast episode is all about prints, and really, I'm just kind of sitting down and talking. Sometimes I'll have a podcast episode lined out of bullet points and stuff, but this one's a little bit more off the cuff, and this is because, so printing is a big thing. I don't have to tell you that printing or making prints out of your art it has potential to double your revenue if you want, which is insane because like you put so much time and effort into your originals. You know, I do, you do, like, and they're a one of a kind, they're an original, they're amazing. But there's this whole other segment of customers out there who maybe don't want an original, maybe you don't want to pay your prices, and that's totally okay. I come from a very small town, and the majority don't make very much. I think my school was like 40% poverty level, so I'm coming from an area where people don't have a lot of money, and so prints were heavy on my mind. I'm like, okay, I want where the people where I'm from to be able to afford some of my art because they want to support me and I want to make it affordable to them. And so yeah, I mean not just that, but many other reasons. They're scalable, like prints are scalable, and by scalable I mean like you're not trading time for dollars anymore, kind of a thing. And it's limitless. Like making prints in your business is a no-brainer for me. So if you're currently in the process of making prints, or if you're currently thinking about it, or if you really don't even know what they are, this is what this podcast episode is about. And so I'm gonna try to keep my thoughts as organized as I can, and to do that, so I'm going to be referencing my Print Perfect tutorial quite a bit. And that's for one reason. It's because I've already laid out basically the entire printing process for someone who is just starting out and they don't really have a clear direction and they don't want to waste a lot of time. And I basically mapped out my printing process, and I talked to other artists who do it different ways, and I put it all together and I put it into like a 2-hour course. And at the end of this 2-hour course, the goal is you will now have a successful printing process in place, and you'll be able to place orders, and you'll know shipping, you'll know everything. And so I created this tutorial like, I don't know, several months ago, and I've kind of been holding on to it, to be honest. Because I'm just like, I don't know if it's ready yet. And I've had a couple people who have gone through it, and I've gotten nothing but rave reviews. But I think it's just like my little insecurity. I'm like, I don't know, I want everything to be literally the best it can be. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open it up to the advanced members. This is a 2-hour tutorial that cost $127. Like, you can buy it right now. Like, if you're listening to it later on, you can buy it right now for $127. It's between like 2 and 3 hours to take you through the entire printing process, from how to take photos of your art to how to ship things, and then how to sell. Like, it's basically what we're doing in the fourth quarter summed up, like just bottled up into this one little course that you can go through whenever you want. And so, not to like sell you a whole lot, I mean, to my advanced members, if people want to join right now and get in the advanced group, you're going to get it for $27 a month, or however long you're in the advanced group. And that's basically me giving this away, because I spent a solid month working on this, and for the majority of the time putting this together, and it's worth more than $127, but that's what I have it priced at. And I'm just going to put it in the advanced group. I've given it to a couple advanced members. And so, yeah, advanced members, if you're in there, it's going to be in there next week. I'm saying it. I literally just decided this right now. And so what I'm going to do with you guys are going to go through it, and then I'm going to just make a little tweaks to it, and then I'm going to put it out for anybody who's not in the advanced group and who cannot apply until 2020. You guys can buy it if you'd like. If you are not big into like group motivation and you'd rather just do it on your own, this Print Perfect course is absolutely perfect for you. It holds your hand and walks you through the whole process of printing. Anyway, so this is not just to tell you about the course. I am basically going to just verbalize a lot of the tips and a lot of the strategies that I put in that course. And at the end, if you think that you want the templates and if you want a little bit more of a hand-holding, you can go get it. If not, I still want to make this just a really information-packed podcast episode on prints, and just to hope to educate you a little bit on it and to make you feel more confident about the print process. And yeah, okay, so let's get started. So in my print, and I'm using my Print Perfect course as like a map kind of outline to this to try to organize my thoughts a little bit, because I've already done it, and so I might as well use it. So I'm just looking at it here. Number 1 is I show you how to photograph your art and edit it in Lightroom. If you use Photoshop, that's on you. I don't really use Photoshop, but I show you exactly how to do it. So basically some tips. So I teach you how to photograph your art. First off, okay, so I'm just going to kind of explain it. So I put my canvases of my newly amazing painting on an easel, and I put a bunch of light on it. I use a ring light with non-warm colors. You want to use LED lights. LED lights do not cast that ugly house-like glow on your painting. If you can get next to a natural light source, so if you can put it in like your doorway on an easel and you can photograph it without casting a shadow on your print, that's step 1. Like, taking photos of your prints are step 1. And so also when you're using a camera, so in the Perfect tutorial, I kind of tell a little bit of story about how back in the day when I was in college, my friend Katie had a camera. So she wanted to be a photographer. She was just getting into it back then. She's way more into it now. But back in the day when I was a college student, I had absolutely no money. You got to be resourceful. And so I knew my friend Katie was just starting out. I was like, hey girl, you want to come over and like take photos of my art for me, please? And she's like, sure. So she came over and I basically laid them up against my garage in the shade within the house that I was living in at the time. And so it didn't get direct light, but it was pretty well lit being outside. And we took pictures literally laying up against my garage, and I cropped them later with the intent to get the prints out of them. But I actually didn't do that. But actually, I did make one print out of one of the ones that I was mentioning. I mean, this was probably like 7 years ago, guys. Like college time, or maybe longer. Oh man, I feel old. Oh man, it was probably like 8 years ago now. And we took these photos with the intent of making them into prints, even though I really didn't know what to do. I just knew the first step was to take really good photos. And so we used her camera, and you have to set it in RAW. So set it in RAW. Don't use a JPEG. Don't use whatever other settings. Set it in RAW, RAW on the camera. If you have a camera, you probably already know this, but I'm just kind of saying it just in case someone doesn't. So if you borrow your friend's camera, make sure it's in RAW. You can edit a lot later, but just having that RAW image, it's just basically a higher resolution. And so take photos in RAW in a really well-lit place. And then you're going to load them onto your computer, and you're going to edit them in Lightroom. And it's really hard for me to like tell you exactly what to do. And there's so many editing tricks that I don't even know, but I point out just like kind of the necessity ones. And whatever printer you go to, they can also help you out with this. So if you are like, no, I don't want to take photos and I don't want to edit, like you can pay someone to do this. So don't get too scared out of it. I'm just telling you how I did it and how you can do it if you want to save the most money. And so in there, you're going to want to find the white balance. That's one of the first things you're going to want to do in Lightroom. Excuse me. And you're going to set that white balance. You're going to make it look more true than what it is. And a lot of times, also make sure you don't have that, what is it called? Where it makes like black, like a dark shadow all around the photo. Gradient? No. Oh man, I'm gonna think about it later. Anyway, make sure that setting is not on there as well. And there's just so many tricks. Just Google it. I'm just gonna tell you, Google it after you've got your painting all photographed and put on your computer. Then you're gonna Google it and figure out how to edit that way, or hand it off to a professional. You could always do that too. Okay, so now that you have your print images ready to go, say you've got them, photos of them, you've got them color corrected, you've got all of that. Save one as a really, really low resolution JPEG, and you're going to use that one. Don't use the high resolution one. You're going to use that one to put it up on your website because you've got to display it, right? So now we're going to move on to how to find your perfect printer. I'm noticing on here. So module number 2 is how to find your perfect printer in the Print Perfect course. Everybody asks me all the time, I use 417 Print Shop. So go to 417printshop.com, and that's who I use. And in my Print Perfect course, I give you my contact. Actually, just ask for Greg. Just ask for Greg if you really want to get prints. They're really good. They're also more of a new company, and so we've kind of had to learn as we go, but I think we've got most of the kinks worked out right now. I've been doing it with them for over a year, and yeah, they're just good people, and they have really high quality, and they're really cheap because they're in the Midwest. It's hard to find an online printing company that's as cheap as something in the Midwest, and if you're not in the Midwest, they will ship for you. So take advantage of these Midwest companies because they really are. They're full of good people and they're high quality, and they just don't cost as much because things in the Midwest don't cost very much. Lucky for me. And so they actually just moved right, like not even like half a mile from my house. It's crazy. Like the convenience is amazing. And so yeah, I also have used Finerworks. They're pretty good. So if you go to finerworks.com, another one, smugmug.com. So Smug Mug, they have a really good setup to where if you want to basically like display your website on smugmug.com, you can do that. So if you don't have a website currently, this might be a good option for you. You can put your gallery up on Smugmug, and then they can choose to order. You can put like mugs available, you can put prints, you can put canvas print, you can put, I mean, just about anything, and they can order that straight from Smugmug, and Smugmug prints it, and then they ship it as well. So you can literally host your website on smugmug.com. I get no affiliate from this, although I probably should. In the future, I'm probably going to add that in here somehow. But so use Smugmug if you want to host your website on there, so your gallery, so you can point your customers to smugmug.com. They will order off of it, and they'll print it for you and everything. The only thing, it costs a bit more for this luxury. Some might argue that it's worth it. I don't use it, but I know people who do, mostly photographers who do. And actually a photographer recommended it to me, and he's really well known. Justin Cardoza. He was on the podcast a while ago. Justin Cardoza recommended this to me, and yeah, they're pretty great. Also, let's see, what is the other one? There's so many online printers, so I just kind of wanted to go through a couple with you guys. So you guys had a couple options. 417printshop.com, obviously, I'm super partial. I also get no kickbacks from that, although I should. Let's say I sent you, and then that'll just put me in their good graces. Okay, let's see. Another one, pricing. How do you price your prints? So you have your pricing for your originals. So how do you price your prints? Good question. So one good rule of thumb that I use is just to double. Is just to double it. So it costs about $100 for me to get a medium-sized canvas, so maybe like a 30 by 30 inch canvas printed on and framed and everything. So this is not a rolled canvas that 417 Print Shop does for me. And we set my prices up with them to be super, super easy. And so, yeah, a medium canvas, it cost me $100 to get it printed. And that might seem like a lot to you, right? It's kind of a lot. And if you're not used to the printing thing, like $100, what? And so I turn around and I double it plus some. And I used to just double it, but when I ran discounts, I was seeing that I just wasn't making as much. And so I double it and then add on about 20-25%. So if you go to my website, artbyandreae.com, I'll put a link in here if you really want to go see it. You'll notice a lot of like my medium-sized canvas prints are like $220, $230. And that's because it cost me $100 to get it painted. I'm really just like opening my playbook for you guys right now. Or getting all the behind the scenes stuff. And so it cost me $100. I double it and then plus some. So that way when I want to do a 10% off, because most people when they sign up for my email list, they'll get a 10% off or they'll get a free download or something. But when I give a percentage off, that way I feel like it's not cutting into my profits quite as much. And so you want to find a price that's good for you and one that people will also buy, So if you're trying to sell prints and you've just got them marked up ×5 because you want to make bank and people aren't buying them, it's mark them back down. Like, just play with it. But it's hard. It's hard to come down after you've been up for so long. You know what I mean? So if you get a couple people to buy your prints at a markup of ×4, and then you're seeing like, hey, like they're really not selling, I'm really trying, I'm really pushing, it's a lot harder to come down, because with pricing and prints, the customers who had bought from you already, who had paid $500, like, well, now you're only selling them for $300, and that makes them feel like not very good. How would you feel? I think putting ourselves in the shoes of our customer before we're making decisions or while we're making decisions is a really good habit to kind of put yourself in. So maybe starting low. I started just by doubling it, and I've raised it as I've seen fit. So that's a really good just standard for pricing if you need a little help with that. Okay, now let's go along. So module 4 in here is shipping. So it's hard to tell you exactly. Okay, no, there are some really good facts that I could tell you about shipping. So when I am shipping a print, I started off doing it myself, and then I looked at 417 Print Shop doing it. We did that a couple times, but I think I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to ship it myself. So my print orders aren't crazy right now. Like, they're not more than I can handle. So I think I'm going to start handling them again. And it's not because they did a bad job. It's just because I feel like it lacks a little bit of personalization. So whenever I ship my prints, I put in a little card in there, and it says, hey, Toby, thank you so much for purchasing this from me. I hope you love it as much as I love painting it. And this card is just on a stock card thing that I got from Hobby Lobby. There's like a little print on one side. Actually, I could probably put like my prints on this thank you card. That's a good idea. I might do that from now on rather than just buying stock cards from Hobby Lobby. So I literally just thought of that. Okay. Anyway, so I do a thank you card. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. That way it's easy to understand for you guys, but I keep drifting. And so I do a thank you card, and it's signed by me, and I think it just adds a little bit of personalization. Also, with the shipping process, if you go to printperfect.com, you'll be able to see I think it's just a fast forward version of my print process, and you can just basically see a fast forward version of me boxing up one of my prints. So if you go to printperfect.com, you can see that. It shows you just little glimpses into this Print Perfect course, and shipping is one of them. And so, but basically, I'll get a box, and I actually ordered custom-made boxes from a boxing company. And, oh man, boxes. There are certain links that you cannot do. Oh man, I don't have them in front of me. That's one of the details that's just in the course. But I will give you a good general overview. You cannot go too big with boxes. If you're going to do a lot of prints, I would say it's definitely worth it to order boxes from a boxing company. And I go local. Boxes will often have to be like crated and shipped to you, and that shipping is insane. So if you could find boxes local, there's no other option here that I'm recommending to you, especially if you're an aspiring artist or one just starting out. Don't order boxes online unless you find a really good deal on small ones, because if your prints are small, mine are large, so I had to get creative. I ordered these boxes from a local printing company, or a local boxing company. I think they're like a local paper company, I think. And I just told them my dimensions. I told them exactly what I wanted, and they charged me like $5 to $7 per box, which is pretty good. And you just pass that along to the customer, obviously. I also bought a lot of packing tape from them and bubble wrap. So a box, packing tape, and bubble wrap. That is what I use. And you can use some of that like clear plastic stuff to first wrap your print. So imagine it in your head. You've got your print and it's ready to go to your customer. And you wrap it in like this clear plastic. I usually don't do that. I just wrap it in bubble wrap. And you wrap it in bubble wrap, tape it. So you tape all the bubble wrap around it. And then you tape your box together. And you slide your print with your bubble wrap in your box. And then you put the thank you card in there. Don't forget that. You do not know how many times I have boxed everything up, taped it, it's ready to go, and I forgot to put the thank you card in there. So put the thank you card in there. And yeah, shipping cost. Okay, moving on to this. This is kind of going kind of fast. I just want to give you a really good overview. Just in case you have any questions about everything. Like I said, printperfect.com. You can go get the course if you'd like. It walks your hand. I did it again. It holds your hand and walks you through the process. But shipping costs. So you can use a drop shipping company. So if you use SmugMug, they will print it and they will ship it for you. And that is really just a hands-off method for someone looking to scale. If you know that's not your thing, I mean, it might be a good idea. Like, I'm not super against it. I just like to go local. That's my personal preference. And I like to ship it myself. It's just my, like, maybe overachiever self wanting to put all my hands in it. That might change later, but for now, I'm going to take it back to just shipping myself. Also, using a local printer, they will recommend you jobs. Like, I've had a couple times where they're like, hey, we're going to use some of your prints for this other company or this restaurant. And I'm like, great. And so I made money. Like, because they know me. Whether it's an online printing company, they don't really know you and they don't care. They're not going to sell your stuff for you. Like, yeah. So go local on everything. You can use a dropshipping company. I think Finerworks will dropship for you as well. SmugMug will. If you want to do the shipping yourself, I have found that setting a flat fee for no matter where it is in the United States. So I'm currently in the United States. If you're currently in the United States, setting a flat fee is a really good idea because you lose a little bit here and there, but I think it pretty much evens out. And so I think I do, again, I don't have the exact specifics in front of me right now. It's like all in the course. And I created this course a couple months ago, so it's all in there and everything. But I'm pretty sure I do it's around $15 for a small, and I think I do a small. It's like a 12 by 12 painting print, and then it's like 25 for a medium, or 25 or 30, something like that, around there. Just kind of play with it. It's your business. You do it as you want. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of what's worked for me. And larges are like 45 or 50. And a large being like a 36 by 48 print. Pretty big canvas. So that's if it has to go in a box. There's so many things for this print thing. But if you can roll it up and put it in a tube, obviously way less. But if it's in a box and it's big, it has to be shipped. I found that UPS is the best shipper for big boxes ground. USPS, United States Postal Service, is the best that I've found for smaller boxes no matter where they're going. So unless I have a big box, I'm going to go to US Postal Service because they're just all around better, cheaper, reliable, from what I've found. Some people may disagree, or I don't know, but that's what I found. And FedEx is just crazy expensive. So, but FedEx does have really good boxes. So if you don't want to order your boxes from a box company and you can't find really good boxes, FedEx boxes are like, I don't know, $15-$20, which is more than my paying $5 or $7. But $15 to $20 for a good box, and they have art boxes, like ones that are meant to carry art. Like they're pretty good. So I've oftentimes gone to FedEx and picked up a box and went next door and shipped it at U.S. Postal Service because $10 is $10, duh. So, or however much I saved, I'm probably more than that. So, let's see, we're on to shipping. I hope this just gives you a really good overview, and like I've been saying, I feel like I've said that before, but just answer some questions and and I feel like I might be overwhelming you. I hope that's not the case, but anyway, okay. And then selling, the last module in my Print Perfect course, it's all about selling, and it's arguably one of the most important ones. It's really what we're going to be going over in the entire fourth quarter, and that's part of why I want to put this in the advanced group for you students, because if you don't have a printing process down, this will help you. This will literally hold your hand through the whole thing. So if you're an advanced member right now, I will have put it in there by now, and because I'm going to record it, and this is going to be aired just a couple days later. And it'll be in there, and it'll be under Print Perfect, and you can find it and you can go through it. It doesn't take very long, but it really holds your hand through the whole printing process. And so just to be ready, you can do it. Okay. And then the last one is selling. Like I mentioned, I basically tell you how to make your first sale. And that goes along with, and so this is online sales. Like I'm okay with selling in person. I just prefer online. I think there's more reach. I live in a place that doesn't really sell art or buy art. Like, this isn't an artsy town, and so I rely heavily on online sales because I live in the Midwest and people don't spend a whole lot of money here. So I can reach people on the coast who $100 print, I mean, isn't as much to them as it is here, or a $500 print, or whatever you want to sell. And so basically how to sell in this tutorial, in this part of the course, the last bit of it, you're going to do a giveaway, and you're going to tell everyone how excited you are that you are finally doing this print process, and you're making prints, and you're getting out there and you're doing it, and you are excited, and you are telling people about it. And that's the thing that people are going to feed off of. And then you're going to do a giveaway. You're going to give away one. And what that giveaway does is it tests out your system. So once you've had your prints made, and you've got that system down, you've got a good printing system, you've got a good shipping system, that is all good and done, you're going to be using the giveaway as a test, and you're going to be very, very, very open and honest about this. And we're not going to hide anything. We're just going to be like, hey, like, I've got this new product, I'm so excited about it, I need to test it out. And for that, I'm doing a giveaway. And so people are going to sign up on your email list, of which we will go through in the fourth quarter and everything. And in everything, I show you how to sign up and the whole bit. But basically, you're going to create an email list full of all these people who participate in your print giveaway. And what that does is you're getting a lot of people who are raising their hands and saying, hey, I would love one of your prints, I just don't want to pay for it. Really. And so you're just putting them on your email list. And I'm telling you, like, after you've ran your giveaway for about a week and you've got all the people you want on, and maybe run it for a month, I don't care, like, use it up. Like, get all these people on your list. I think I ran my first one for like a month. People were like, when are you gonna draw the winner? I was like, soon. And so always have a deadline when you do a giveaway. Lesson learned. But I got like 500 people on my email list, people who were saying, hey, I want one of your prints, this sounds like a really cool idea, right as I was just starting to do it and everything. And so I drew the winner, and I was like, hey, this is my first time shipping. This is my first time, like, getting the print, really, and everything. Just be patient with me. And they will be so patient with you. They are so excited to get your print. They just want it. They got to pick it out, or you picked it out, whatever. They are so excited. You are not going to have a customer that is more patient with you than your giveaway winner, which is perfect for a good one to test it out. And so you're going to have them go through your ordering system on your website. So you're going to set up an ordering system on your website to where they can put it in their cart, they buy it, and a notification gets sent to you. You send that notification to your printer. This is just a whole big setup thing. And yeah, so you're testing this out. And I'm telling you, after you do it once, it's so easy. But getting it set up online, that way you can accept 5 print orders in a day, and while you're still painting over there, and it's no big deal, and you can just hop on. Like, that was my goal with making this course and with making it for myself, is you want a hands-off system that people can get online and order exactly what they want, and then it'll be in your inbox at the end of the day. You can send that to your printer does all the work, and then they notify you when it's ready. You email your customers. Oh, also, let your customers know what is going on throughout the whole process. Say, thank you, I received your order. I am putting it to my printer, or I'm giving it to my printer. It's going to take about 2 weeks to be ready, and then I'll get it shipped out to you. Thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. And then update them. Once you get the print and are about to ship it out, hi, I just received your print from the printer. I am about to ship it out. This is your shipping code thing. What is it called? Shipping... my brain is not working. Anyway, Your tracking information. That's it. This is your tracking information. Give them their tracking information. They will love it. People do not want to guess when their print is coming. And yeah, that's basically it in a nutshell. I mean, this is just to recap, I mean, we went over a lot, and I realized that. But I wanted it to be, I just wanted it to give you a good idea of what the printing process is all about. And I promise that all of this is so worth it. Because prints, I mean, so often, especially around the holidays when I'm really pushing prints, I'll be doing a mural and I'll get a notification on my phone, hey, someone bought a print. That's an extra, I mean, if it was like a medium print that I upcharged $100, it's an extra $100 in my bank account. Like, and I'm working that day, so I'm getting that day's pay as well for whatever project, plus $100. So like if I'm making like $500 for that day doing a mural project, and now I'm making $600 for setting up a system well in advance, well ahead of time, that basically runs itself. And that was my goal for making this Print Perfect course. And when I first started this Artist Academy thing, just in the free group, I was like, what do you guys want to learn? It was just overwhelmingly prints. People want to learn about prints. So that's why I made this course. And it's so close to being ready. I'm just going to have some of my Artist Academy students go through it and perfect it. And then I'm going to open it out to the public, probably October 1st or something. And that way, if you've missed the opening, if you've missed the opening for the advanced member and you're like, I really want to join, but now I have to wait till 2020, and I'm being very firm on that. Like, I won't accept anybody else. Sorry. I know. If you're just finding this podcast now and you're like, I found it on September 2nd, this is killing me, I'm so sorry. But you could buy this Print Perfect course and basically figure out how to do prints. I hold your hand through it, and also the selling process. This is a very condensed version. The selling process of the prints is basically a mini version of what we're doing in the Artist Academy for the whole fourth quarter. And so if you're someone who needs that, printperfect.net. Yeah, have I been saying .net? Yeah, hopefully, because it's printperfect.net. And you can go and you can purchase it. It is $127, just to be completely upfront, but it is so worth it. Think about, okay, this is what I kind of like to think about. So I have bought courses before on topics just like this, not printing, but like marketing courses. And I'm telling you, you don't know what you don't know. And oh man, it's just, I mean, buying a course, so I've actually bought 3 courses now. I bought like a bundle pack of courses, and then I bought one for Pinterest, and then I bought one for marketing. So I'm not like making these courses and being like just to make money. I know that they work. And they're really good because I can't physically hold your hand through a lot of these things, and I don't really want to, I don't want to repeat myself over and over and over again. I will do Q&As and stuff in the advanced group, but I love to be able to point people to, if they have a question about shipping, hey, no problem. That's in module 3 of the Print Perfect course. Go to it. If they have a quick question, I'll answer it. But like, hey, if you need more, go in there and I explain it in depth, just in case someone has missed it. Yeah, and also one thing. So how I've always like marked it out in my head, or had it make sense in my head in the past, was that, so whatever money I'm going to spend, so say, and to be completely honest, I've spent $1,500 on a course before, and it was so worth it. It was a marketing course. You know how much I love art marketing, and it wasn't art marketing, it was just marketing, and it helped me so much. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to spend this $1,500. Will I be able to make my money back? Because that's really what you're doing by joining the advanced membership for $27 a month, or buying this for $127 for the whole package. You want to make sure that you're going to make your money back. Like, you don't want to pour money into something. I don't, you don't, and have something just like sit there, or be like, okay, that's great, I learned some stuff, but like, did I make money? No, you want to make it back. And in this, and in the Artist Academy Advanced group, that's a primary focus. I'm like, okay, you will be able to make your money back. And that's a promise. Like, that's a course promise, because I know that if you follow the directions and you do what I'm telling you to do, if you do the giveaway, if you do the emails, there's no way you won't make your money back. There's no way. And actually, as I'm putting together this fourth quarter strategy that we're about to do in the advanced membership, I literally said to my fiance Ryan last night, I was like, I have to up the price of this next year, because it's too cheap and people are going to make their money back 5 times, 10 times. I know that. I 100% know that. And that's one of the things that going into buying like a $1,500 marketing course that I did last year, I have made my money back. Like, I've made my money back I'd say right now times 3, to be completely honest. Like, and it's only going to go up from here. Like, next year it's going to be times 10, because I'm using what I learned in that marketing course to better my business. And there's nothing better than that. Like, we invest in our education in college, and this is just another way of investing in your education in something very specific from someone who has been there, done that before. And think of it, if $127, so if you're in the advanced course, advanced membership, you're getting this already, but if you're outside of it, $127, think about it. I just said that I made a medium print and made an extra $100 in that day. Like, that's almost making your money back with 1 print. So if you sold 2 prints, like two medium prints, or 3 small prints, or 1 large print, you're making your money back. How easy is that? And it comes down to, like, are you confident enough in yourself to schedule a little bit of time and do the strategies that I'm telling you that are proven that work? Are you confident in yourself enough to sell 1 print? I was. That's why I bought the marketing course. That's why I bought the Pinterest course and the bundle. Like, I've made all my money back in every course I've ever done. And that's very intentional, because we don't like to throw up anyway. Anyway, that's enough talk about money. Okay. So that is just a really good overview, I think really good, let me know what you think, of the print process, just from how to edit your photos, take photos of your prints and edit them in Lightroom, what printer to use. 417 Print Shop is what I use. How to price your prints, shipping, how to ship them. I obviously can't show you exactly how to do it, but I explained it. And then you do a giveaway, you gain interest, you start an email list, and you sell them. Like, I feel like I just gave you a lot, and I hope I didn't overwhelm you, like I kept saying. But printperfect.net, you can go there. If you are hearing this before September 1st, and you want this, get your butt in the advanced member group, so advancedmember.com, and you get this, because next year I'm going to be selling it, or actually October I'm going to be selling it, and next year I'm going to be selling it. And so before September, get in there. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Okay, that's it. I think that person stopped mowing my lawn outside. So I'm going to head off here. But I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you advanced members inside our 4th quarter success plan. I'm so excited. Okay. Okay, bye. This episode is sponsored by the Artist Academy Advanced Membership, a program for artists who want to up-level their art game by taking it from a hobby or a side hustle to a full-time art business. I've been a professional artist for over 5 years, with paintings in several different countries and a client list that includes high-profile companies such as Bass Pro, O'Reilly's, Duck Commander, and many, many more. So I figured out what it takes to build an art business, and now my heart is set on teaching aspiring artists like you to do the same. Go to advancedmember.com, that's advancedmember.com, to learn more. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Also, if you ever want to join us live and have your questions answered in real time by myself or featured guests, then just hop on over to facebook.com/groups patreon.com/Artist Academy every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'll see you next week.